On one of the videos, you saw it like push out like 2 inches and it moved the bottom of the grill for a split second and then the whole thing just blew apart. Yeah. So I think originally it cracked right here and this part like bowed up and then it just ripped it the rest of the way and it broke the backside too.
Wow.
But you can see the overall curvature. And of course, yeah, I didn't build this. I got this intercooler for free in 2013 off of a used truck. So it doesn't owe me a dime.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Making power.
We'll keep it as a memento.
Yeah, hanging on the wall.
Yep. Yep.
This is what we do here at Unrivaled Diesel.
We break
stuff.
And make a whole lot of power.
Absolutely.
Like, all the time.
Alright guys, so we're here at Unrivaled Diesel. So, we have a very special item. Some of y'all may or may not know who Steve Lucero is, but he performed at Diesel Power Challenge 2019?
Yep.
2019, yeah. And this was the dual CP3 kit on his truck.
My name is Steven Lucero. I'm coming from Las Cruces, New Mexico. The vehicle I'm driving, it's an 06 Ram 2500. It's got the 5.9 Cummins. It's got a built transmission. It's got ARP, their fasteners, their head studs. I'm also running ATS's twin fuelers. I've had it in the truck for going on 4 years probably. Great product. It's got aftermarket injectors, big turbos, compound turbos.
I hit him up on Instagram and he was getting rid of his dual CP3 kit, and so he made me a fantastic deal on it. So I purchased that from him, got the controller, got all the hardware to make it happen. So it was like, all right, we got the fuel injectors, we got our fuel pump because I just got a stock pump on the truck. So now it's time to make it all work and make some power. So I got this BD Diesel fuel distribution block. This is very important if you're going to run any sort of dual CP3 setup. And I wanted to try this one because the fleece fuel distribution block is like 170, and this was $100 even. So it's like, seems to be pretty good quality. So we're gonna run it and see how it does. I also got a new fuel pressure relief valve because I have a rail plug. Please don't comment because I already know we're getting rid of it. All right, so we got our injectors in, we got our valve lash set, we fixed a couple major issues. A lot of people like these kits because this kit actually dual feeds the rail. So theoretically you get a little bit more fuel flow out of it. We will be showing how it actually dual feeds the rail. So we have our CP3, this is a Duramax CP3. Obviously our rail pressure sensor, the line that goes to the rail, and then we got our ATS twin fueler system controller. And then you need to have your aftermarket radiator hose so that it can go over this big old CP3 here. New belt bracket. And we got a longer belt, of course. So yeah, coming over to the engine bay. So the bracket for the dual CP3 will go here, which is cool. The CP3 itself will mount here. So we have our line on the back of this old CP3 here that goes up to the rail. And the way that this new kit works is we have our line coming off of our new pump going here, which is where the factory rail pressure sensor goes. So we pull out the factory rail pressure sensor, and then we put in a line and we move the sensor to the back of the CP3, our Duramax CP3. So that's how you dual feed the rail with the ATS kit. So I'm excited to see what she does. We're just gonna get cracking and show you how to install an ATS twin fueler kit. All right, we we got the sucker in. It's a little difficult, but we got it in, got the distribution block in, and it's time to start plumbing up some lines and getting our CP3 in. All right, so basically, yeah, that right there is our line going from the lower CP3 to the distribution block. Then below it, you can kind of see that one line going into the distribution block from the fast. So we're making good headway. Now it's just a matter of getting the belt off, getting the bracket on for the pulley, and the other CP3 on. All right, so got our fuel distribution block in, but the next step is you have to take this guy off so you can put their new bracket on that has a pulley. This guy goes where we have our new bracket installed right here. So normally we just kind of have a bracket that goes from here over, but now we have this added pulley that this gives us so that we can mount our new CP3. Got our second CP3 in. We still need to get the belt hooked up, but we have our sensor hooked up here, and then you'll see this metal line coming off from the back here of this top pump, this one. So this goes up and into where the factory rail pressure sensor is, and so that's how it's able to dual feed the rail, which is why people like these kits in particular, and also why I went for it, and also I got a good deal on it. So we're gonna try to see if we can't get the belt on and go from there. We got all of the lines for the top pump plumbed in. You can't really see it, but they're in. There is a mess of wires I need to clean up. So anyway, we'll just keep going and check back. All right, so the video kind of stops there. I didn't record as much as I should have. I am sorry. But don't worry, I'm gonna run you back through everything here in the truck, kind of let you know all the parts and how they went on and things to maybe look for and check out when you're doing these kits. Okay, so here's our dual CP3 kit, right? Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Kit just basically mounts up top right here with 3 bolts. Has the big pulley, and then you have to add the other pulley down there below. You can kind of see it right there. It's not focusing. It's right there. And yeah, you have that. Then you'll have your little controller, which we have mounted right here. A little ghetto, but whatever. Sits right there. And then we have our distribution block back over there, which you've seen. So yeah, for installing this thing, I have to be honest, it was a little difficult. The fuel lines were kind of hard to deal with, kind of lining everything up. They were a little cantankerous. Getting this on was, of course, easy, but actually the belt was pretty difficult. Changing out the whole belt on these trucks, especially when you have a big Fran shroud like this that like protects everything, definitely makes it more difficult. So that kind of made it hard. Looking back on it, I would probably say that like if you have the money, go for a single pump. They're just easier to install, less stuff to worry about. So I understand that. But if you can get a good deal on a dual CP3 kit, then I would say go for it. One of the reasons why I went for a dual stock pump setup is because I loved the idea of having 2 stock pumps, because if one of them went out for any reason, it wouldn't be a big deal or super expensive to just go get another stock pump and throw it on. These 2 pumps should have no issue handling up to 150, maybe 200% overs. So that's plenty of fuel for what I want to do, and I think they're working pretty good so far. So it does bring in some more wires, it brings in some more lines, but I do think that going the dual pumps route is really cool, especially because you can do it for pretty cheap if you play your cards right. And if you're really trying to make power later, you can have your stock pump up top and then go to like a 12 mil or a 10 mil below, and then you have even that much more fuel. So it really, I think if you're like, hey, I just want to put one thing on, I don't want to worry about it, go get you like a 10 mil, 12 mil, don't worry about it. But if you want to get a kit that allows you some room to grow, then a dual CP3 kit I think really works well for that. Also, if you want a kit that's like, hey, if I just need to go and replace a stock pump at some point because something goes wrong and I don't want to drop another $2,500 on a 12 mil pump, then going 2 stock pump routes can go. I was online the other day and found like a used CP3 for like $500 that's stock, right? So it's like, it's probably not the best, but like it's a heck of a lot better than like, $2,300 or whatever it is for a new pump. So, it's a give and take. Of course, if you're working with used stuff, then you have issues there, but it's a game, right? You're always tinkering with it, always trying to make it work. So far, I'm pretty happy with it. We still got some tuning things we're working on to kind of get the truck good and going. But yeah, all in all, really sweet. Also, thank you, Chris and Jake, for actually getting the belt on. The belt, I tried for forever to get it on, but I couldn't actually get it on. So thanks, Chris and Jake, for doing that for me. So I think we're going to wrap this episode up here, guys. Thanks for watching this far, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.